Yay! I'm your empowerment call guest speaker. But I do hope that you guys will come up with questions for me because it's always so much easier. I kind of miss doing the empowerment calls because I love answering questions. So I'm excited to share with you guys and give you some info for some of you that are newer, because we've been doing it this way for like a month or two now. I know some of you haven't maybe even done an empowerment call with me on it yet. So I'm excited about this. I feel like I don't ever introduce myself for anything. So I should probably give you guys some deets, right? Like I'll be all official and shit and fancy. I am a senior national director. I have been in business for around 12 years now. I have a really cool team. They're kicking ass, they're taking names, and we're on track to hit 1.5 million this year. So that's awesome. Currently in year-to-date sales, I am at $201,000. And I have personally sponsored 36 new consultants and have achieved board of directors for the 3rd year in a row. So yeah. I also like to share, though, that I was a really slow starter. My very first year in business, I don't know, I sold like $10,000. And then my 2nd year, I was like, all right, girl, time to like get your shit together and beat it. So I sold $11,000. And then the next year I sold $12,000. Then I had a little come to Jesus, and I was like, girl, you know what? You really are not working that hard. Kick it up a notch. Like, you can do this. You say that you want this. You go to everything. You're always staying a student, but you're not actually doing the work. So kick it up, mama. Next year after that, I did around 35,000. That following year, I did like 36,000. And then the year after that, I did like 37.5. So we have a little bit of a trend here. That 6th year, I was like, all right, girl, come to Jesus, right? Get your life right. That wasn't that hard. Kick it up a notch. So then I went up to selling $65,000. The following year, I sold 70,000. The year after that, I sold like 71,000. Had another come to Jesus about how I wasn't working that hard. And then I bumped up. We transitioned to passion parties. I sold 132,000. After that, like 135. And then the year following, luckily this time, after 9 years, it only took me 2 years to have a come to Jesus instead of 3. And then that's when I had my $300,000 sales year. So I feel like it's important for people to know that I was chugging along for a really long time. I was in school full time. I worked full time. Mike had a super sweet itty bitty little tiny baby. So I was busting my butt. I was tired, and realistically, I just started for fun. I mean, the hope was there that I could make money, but I sabotaged myself in a really big way. I didn't feel like I deserved it. I didn't feel like I was capable. I didn't feel like I was good enough. So I learned all of the things and implemented nothing. And that obviously really hurt my business. And I love to share it because for me, this business is all about mindset. And I feel like I literally proved that it's about mindset over and over and over and over and over again, because I didn't really change that much. I always knew exactly what to do. Was there tweaks? Sure. Did it make a $130 or $130,000 difference? No, probably not. Like, I don't know anything quite that magical, but I did every single one of those times take my business a little bit more seriously. So that's kind of my background. I feel like my superpower is my party demos and my ability to get women to spend ridiculous amount of money with me. That's my superpower, is if they got money in the bank, mom's going to take it. Like, and the best part is that they're excited about it, right? Like, they're not doing it because they feel like they have to, they're doing it because they want to. And that's probably my favorite part. So women are really excited about the products. They're excited to purchase them. They are excited to kind of be a part of the culture that I create among my customers. So I feel like that is definitely my superpower, is relating to people. So do any of you guys have any questions for me? Nobody ever has questions.
No,
Go.
I do.
Oh, Renee unmuted.
Huh?
Is Renee going? Go
No,
for
you
it.
go first, Amber. I'm okay.
My standard two, and you just said it, what your superpower is. And then the other two is, what was your aha moment, that the one thing that you learned that completely flipped your business around? Maybe in that the biggest shift year that you had, what was that changed everything?
Okay, you guys are gonna hate this answer so much. I started to really do the work. That was the very first year. So you guys know, obviously I train you guys on this ridiculously awesome system. What you may or may not know is that I probably only use it 80%, 60% of the time. I am very much like you guys. I'm busy. I forget to do things. I literally dedicated myself to the hostess coaching script, to using the trackers, to putting I literally dedicated myself to doing what I trained other people to do at like 80%, 100% of the time. So I just increased my dedication to actually working my business instead of sitting on Facebook saying that I was working. I was a lot more effective with my time. So I think that helped. And then that mindset shift, I was actually tracking it. Like I wanted to hit it. It was in my head. I was shooting for, that target. I was putting it out there publicly. That also makes a really big shift. If you guys have a big goal that you're shooting for that you are afraid of, share it with your customers. They were so excited to help me earn that, you guys, like so excited. So yeah, do the things. And I think too, yeah, okay, I'll leave it there. I could talk for the whole time. Renee, what was your question, babes?
Well, first I want to make a comment because this is my second time around, and the year, I think it was the first year we were in Pure Romance, and we all went to nationals or a world conference. And there was a moment where Chris Chicanelli was walking by us, and we stopped him. And I took a picture of he and Lucy together. And Lucy turned to him and said, "I'm walking the stage next year. In fact, the whole entire West Coast is coming with me." So just so you know, she did the preempt many years ago. And unfortunately, I didn't go the following year. So I totally sucked out on watching her go across the stage. But knowing that she did, I cried anyways by myself because I was so proud.
Oh.
So, anyways, my question is this: how do you get them excited to throw all their money to you?
Yes.
I mean, what is it that you do, or that you think you do differently than maybe what the rest of us are doing, or the rest of us haven't learned to do, that you have people throwing money at you so readily and so easily?
Yes. Okay. So, oh my God, I love this. Awesome question, Renee. All right. So one of the things, and I feel like I don't talk about this a ton, so hopefully that's helpful. I feel like a lot of women, I'm going to say a bad word, Val. I'm like, oh, okay. Just making sure. I'm like, if you want to earmuffs. Okay. A lot of consultants, you guys step on their own dick. All of the time when it comes to products. And so here's the way that I look at products. We have a few products that, technically speaking, pretty much do the same thing, right? But you are never, ever going to hear me talk about why G-spot cream would work on the clitoris, or why O would work on the G-spot, or why Bosom Buddy, or why AMP works on nipples, unless I have a reason to one-on-one with a customer, so that then women will buy all of them. So that's one of them, is if there's any similarity in the product, then don't even talk about that at all. Talk about what makes that toy unique. Another thing that I think is really important is that you need to look at your demos. What are your top selling items? For me, it was the V39. But originally it was that silly, we had a toy called Mira. It was one of those dumb up and down ones with a little curve right on the end. All I did when I shifted, it was $99. All I did to shift to the V39 was add in the fact that it had heat. I don't talk about the features. I don't talk about the functions. I talk about what the item is actually going to do for them. And I think that that is huge. So the reason I sell a ton of G-spot toys is because I talk about kind of that G-spot experience. Or when it comes to clitoral stimulation, I talk about why you need clitoral stimulation. When I talk about a C-ring, right? Like I do the silly thing where I talk about being on your hands and knees and your partner's kind of doing their thing behind you, just kind of chilling, right? And you're like, okay, so tomorrow got to go to the grocery store. And every woman everywhere is like, check, right? Been there. But the ironic part is that sells double features, right? That little story sells C-rings. But I could do that story and talk about this toy solves it, hold the C80 down there. Or this toy solves it, put the opening act down there. So when you sell the experience, it becomes less about the products. It's also going to make demoing your products a lot easier, because when new product lines come out, it doesn't really change my demonstration or my party presentation at all. So it makes it a lot easier on you guys as well. Obviously bundles and VIP is another big part of it. You guys, already know I do a 120, I do a 200, and I do a 500. What you may not know is I also offer 1,000. I actually think every single one of you should offer a $1,000 VIP club. Now here's the deal. I do not get a ton of $1,000 orders. Okay, I'm just going to make that super clear. But as soon as we say like, okay, guys, I've got my 120 VIP program, you get spoiled with a little gifty, really excited. You can see that there's some women that are like, oh, damn, that's a lot of money. And then as soon as you say, okay, the next level up, $200. These are my gals that are going for it. Maybe you're treating yourself to a toy and a little something, something. But let's be clear here. There's a lot of women dropping $200 on body products, right? Number one, I just set an expectation. I also cleared her from any and all feel bad that if she spends $200, it means she automatically had a toy, right? And then again, some women are like, dang, 200. And then I go, and then we have our $500 VIPs. These gals have the F-its, right? They're just like, you know what? Like, let's do it. I deserve it. These are also the women that know that you get what you pay for. So maybe they're restocking. Maybe you don't own a toy and you're going to like fill your whole drawer with all of the basics that you need. And then there's one more. I do have a $1,000 VIP level, guys, but at which point y'all can just have whatever the hell you want. So if that's you just let me know. And then they all just kind of chuckle, but it dissolves the tension. Because the second you say $1,000, they're all like, the fuck? Like, no. So you have to make a joke out of it or do something, right? To like, y'all can have whatever you want. You want my husband, you want my car, like you just let me know, I got you, right? They all kind of giggle, but here's the deal. $500 now feels really cheap. Like it feels like $500 now seems like nothing. You don't want to set a bar here because especially with a product line like this, they are not going to want to shop above it. Another thing is I think that we're limiting our customers. We talk about like limiting beliefs. I feel like if you're keeping your VIP level too low, what is that saying? Let's say you do have a super shy woman. She's never bought a toy before. She's 48 years old. She's got 2 semi-older kids at home, right? Going through a divorce. She's at her first party. She is quiet. She is shy. And she's thinking to herself, you know what? I do deserve this. I want a clitoral stimulator and I want a G-spot toy and I want a dual action vibe and I need lube and I need cleaner. If she is too shy, she might look at that list and be like, oh my God, I can't order all this. She's going to think I'm a freak. So I am letting them know that it's okay and it's normal and that there is not a damn thing wrong with it. I'm also providing them with some justification for their husband, right? Because if they go home and he's like, you spent how much? And she's like $650. And he's like, I can't believe you do that. She can be like, listen, that bitch has a $1,000 VIP club, so you're welcome. Right? Like, so it kind of provides that too. So again, you don't have it because women are just going to hit it. You have it because it's saying that spending and investing in yourself to that level is okay. Like I went to one of those, what is that called? Oh God, it's one of the cooking companies. It's not Pampered Chef. They have really nice like pots and pans. Salad Master. Dude, a set of Salad Master dishes is like $3,500. But women will buy it. So it's about making them feel like it's worth it and seeing the value. Another thing that I do, Renee, to increase my sales is I talk about buying multiple toys. That's huge. So at the beginning of kind of my toy speech, I say, and by the way, ladies, you guys are going to hear me talk about purchasing, multiple toys and how those work together. I want you to know you can't just have one tank top, right? Like, you need to have multiple things. I genuinely believe that every single woman needs to Marie Kondo her sex toy drawers, right? If it does not spark joy or orgasms, you need to throw it away. Here's what every single woman needs. Every single woman should have a great go-to wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, clitoral stimulator, right? Like bullet, like get the job did. If you are one of my sexy singles, having something like this is really important because it also allows you to travel with it, and it allows you to gauge whether or not a new sexual partner is interested in toys. Trust me, this is something you want to know immediately. You also need to have a G-spot toy. This is an area of our body. Listen, babes, if you have a male partner, he can't even find the remote. How in the hell do you expect him to find a G-spot? Right? It's your body, so take out the time to explore. Every single woman needs to have a dual action toy. This is your jack of all trades, master of fun, right? This is the like, I got 30 seconds, baby's napping, like, let's go. It's also really nice for a lot of women to be able to kind of alternate between a dual action and a clitoral, because let's be clear too, nobody wants to be bored of themselves, their partner, and their toy at the same time, right? So it's about spice, it's about keeping it fresh, it's about keeping it fun. Now, if you are in a relationship, you also want to make sure that you have a great couples toy. For sure, a C-ring. This is an awesome enhancement for the two of you. We're going to talk about those. And then I would also suggest an anal toy. This is also for my sexy singles, because why not explore? When it comes to anal, most women are really hesitant to try it out. And I think that half of that is that we're just scared, right? Like, I'm sorry to go there, but a lot of women are just like, is there going to be poop? Right? Like, it's like, how does this happen? How does this work? Girl, check it out by yourself. Have a little bit of fun. Solo anal play is getting incredibly popular. So that's another type of toy. So when it comes to then talking about each toy, you guys, I actually show them how to use them together. So when I talk about a clitoral toy, like I'll talk about that. And then I talk about like a remote control toy. Then I talk about the G-spot toy. After I'm done with the G-spot toy, I hold it up, I grab the C-ring, and I go, this is the #1 duo for my sexy singles, because you've got your awesome clitoral toy, you've got your G-spot toy, and then bam, make yourself a sandwich. Guys, y'all can use these together if you want to too, and all of a sudden you have a badass dual action as well. You still want to get yourself an attached dual action just in case you're feeling super lazy and you don't want to be able to lay there, cross your legs, and call it a day and still get the eye twitch. But for a really personalized orgasm, having the ability to use them separate, price. Then I show the C-rings, right? And then same thing. And then I'm like, for my gals that are in a relationship, you want a C-ring. You can also use this as a clitoral stimulator if you need to maybe only buy 2 toys instead of 3. I'm just going to repeat that. Just in case you can only buy 2 toys instead of 3. Then these are 2 that you guys can use together. And then I actually slide the C-ring onto the toy, and I talk about how that's also then a dual action. So I talk about using toys together a lot. Because I also think, again, that a lot of women feel like, because I don't know if any of y'all have had this experience, but women would come back into the ordering room with me and be like, they would pick a toy, and then they'd be like, oh, is it weird if I get another one? Or can I get another one? It was amazing to me how many women asked for permission. So I even share that during my parties. So talk about it like it's normal and like it's okay. I think anytime that you guys can validate your customer, that's what you guys want to do. I feel like one of the reasons women spend so much money with me, she could literally, I feel like most of my customers, and any of you that have ever shopped with me before, maybe you can attest to this, I feel like you could come in and order a zucchini from me and you wouldn't feel weird about it. Like, you just be like, oh, and it actually means I end up hearing about a whole bunch of stuff that I do not want to hear about because I'm actually deceptively prudish. But they don't know that, right? Because I'm all about making them feel like it's okay. So those would kind of be my top tips, Renee. And then I would take a look at what toys or what items you're selling the most. Take a look at your demo. If you wish you were selling something else, see what talking points you can pull out of that demo and put into a different one. So like, if you have a really good demo for a clitoral stimulator, but you really wish you could sell the C80, and this is where I was talking about women stepping on their own dicks sometimes, you're making the $99 toy sound better than the $200 toy, or vice versa. And I used to get really attached to the jokes, right? I'm like, but oh my God, that one joke that I have about the opening act having 30 speeds because it's one every day of the month. And then on the 31st day, she rests. Like, I can't not show that toy because I want to make my joke. Look, it doesn't matter, right? Apply it to something else. You could literally say, guys, this has so many functions. I don't even know how many it is. For all I know, you could go through an entire week, and on Sundays she rests. Like, it doesn't have to be specific to the toys. So take a look at that. Yeah. Okay. Did that help, Renee? Okay. Awesome.
Okay, wait. I have to address something because the messages coming in to me have been super crazy while you were talking. And let me just say, in all honesty, 'cause that's all Amber does, I was a little like, oh, we don't have a guest speaker tonight. I need to totally remove that from, I'm sorry I ever thought that first. I talk to you every damn day, okay? Don't be offended. But yeah, no, this was epic freaking gold, dude. You're on fire. It's good stuff. Let me tell you all who've been asking me, yeah, I can verify the reason why my business set off in the beginning is because I shadowed this woman like a mofo. I literally leached onto her. I went out of town with her and shadowed 2 consecutive parties out of town where I had the car ride and the 2 parties and the car ride home. That right there was what did it. I watched her do this in action. And can I say that I witnessed one of those $1,000 VIP things happen? And
Yeah.
she is like, you're a shadow, so just zip in. But when this woman's order got over $1,000, I was trying so hard not to shit my pants and and I was like, oh, okay, and trying so hard to be quiet. Anyway, yep, seeing it, and since I've had one join that. I've had $1,000 VIP girl because I watched her do it. If you guys can shadow and all that's coming into me, yes, please do. Lucy, they all want to shadow you. Let them.
I know. I have like no parties on the books right now, but maybe I can set something up where I do a party for you guys. If you guys want something like that.
The same.
I know. Yeah.
We'll take it, but it's not the same.
Yeah. No, we will work something out. Another thing that I will say too, I feel like I should let you guys know, just so that you are aware. When I got that $1,000 order, I was also not trying to shit my pants or trying to not shit my, I'm right there with you. It doesn't get any less intense. I think my highest order ever was like 3,000, I think, which is just, I mean, I was
from
like
one person?
From one person. I could not believe that her card did not decline and that I didn't get a charge back. But, so that was huge. Also too, I was very uncomfortable doing most of the things that I do so naturally now, but I knew that it was important. So like an example of that, if someone says to me, like, awesome, I want coochie cream. You got it, babes. How many? I used to choke on that every single time, right? Like when someone used to buy a toy from me, I'd be like, awesome, do you need cleaner? And she'd be like, yeah, cool, I'll get cleaner. And I'm like, awesome, okay, cool. And I would start like totaling her order up, right? Like, she not done yet, like just cool it, right? And then when it came to toys, now I ask, cool, what other toy were you looking at? Like, it's not a big deal that she just picked out a $199 main attraction. Okay, awesome, what other what other toy were you looking at? Because the thing is that chances are too, she was comparing them. So by asking her a question like, what other toy were you looking at? She could say, well, I mean, I really like that. And I'm like, no, for sure. But where's there other ones that you were kind of interested in? And they were like, well, you know what? I really was thinking about a C-ring. So it was kind of between like the main attraction, the C-ring, but I really want something for me. Well, babes, what if I hooked you up with a deal on the second toy? Would you be interested? Half the time they say yes. So saying prompts like that, I think is huge. You want to find out everything that is even sort of potentially on her wish list, right? Because it's so much easier to sell her something that she wants versus something that you think she needs. So to me, it's kind of the advanced upselling. I don't ask women if they want a toy cleaner or a toy bag or whatever. I do it at the very, very end, and it's literally like an, oh shit, I'm so sorry, I forgot. I don't want her taking items that she wants off of her list for things that I think that she could have. I can add that on later. All right, cool. Okay. Who else has a question? Nicole?
Yeah. How do
Okay.
you expand your clientele from the people that you know, other than in parties? If you can't get the parties, how do you expand your clientele level
Yeah.
to get them and get people involved to want to do this?
Okay.
Those are things.
Okay, so kind of lead generation, like how do you get your business off the ground if the people that you know aren't doing it? Okay, so two-part answer. Slowly. That was, I'll be super real with you guys, that was part of my problem, right? I signed up at 19. I wasn't friends with very many women, and if I was, they were 19. One of the things is really going after like 2 solid parties. And I feel like being really open with the woman that books it, that this is a party to help get your business off the ground, and is she up for it, is important. I booked my first 5 parties at one party because my 19-year-old best friend was willing and had the cojones to invite her 40-something coworkers. And those were the women that booked my first parties. So I had asked her, hey, please invite your coworkers, invite your neighbors. And she's like, I don't want to do that. That's weird. Like, and I'm like, I don't care. I know. And the party is probably going to be super awkward, but I'm going to do my best to make it as fun as I possibly can. But if I can't book parties, I can't launch my business. And this is really important to me. And if that's not working, you guys need to find new people. So I hate sharing that this is a numbers game, but realistically, you should be able to book 1 in 10 people that you are actually asking. And I say actually asking because I find a lot of new consultants are not sealing the deal. They're saying things like either the messages are too spammy sounding, they didn't start a conversation first, it wasn't personalized at all, and it felt very salesy versus just having a conversation. But when you reach out and you ask for practice parties, you ask for help, a lot more women will say yes. So it's 1 in 10, which means if you're trying to book 6 parties, you guys need to be reaching out to like 70 people. Posts do not count. Copy paste Facebook messages do not count. I don't know if you guys know this. Did you know that the response rate from emails is about 1 in 1,000? So little fun fact there, right? So if you're sending out something that's as generic as an email, right, or it's not personalized at all, you guys are you're not going to see results. So, I mean, we've kind of talked about networking, networking groups, Facebook groups, support groups, all of those different avenues where you can kind of meet new women. This is not my forte. We'll have to have Amber on for one of the empowerment calls so that she can speak a little bit more to talking to strangers, because this is not my forte. But that's also why for me, it's so important to book parties at parties. For in-home parties, I literally make a joke that I need to book 3 parties. Otherwise, I can't leave the house, and it would be super uncomfortable for my hostess if I was chilling on her nightstand all night. And they're all like, oh my God, is she actually going to do it? And I almost always book 3 parties because they're literally like, oh shit, like we need to save our hostess. So I'm incentivizing, right? Like I'm talking to people. I feel like, voice message is a huge one. Like it just can't feel spammy, you guys, because literally they're not going to even get past the first sentence. The shorter you can keep it, the more casual you can keep it, the better. But you have to engage in conversation. And just don't quit before payday. Keep going. Because I think it took me 6 months to book my first party with that best friend. So, and then out of the 3 that booked, I think 1 ended up holding 3 months after her party. But that's how I launched my business. So it was slow, but we weren't on Facebook. I was not willing to talk to strangers. I tried like at the mall once. I literally, you guys, started hyperventilating so hard I almost passed out in the middle of like the food court. Like I thought I was actually having a coronary. So for me, reaching out on social media is so much easier than that. So just find different ways to engage and do not get discouraged. Also, if look, okay, I'm going to get really real with you guys if I can for a second. If your mindset is shitty, you're not going to book parties. If all you keep telling yourself is that this is hard, that you can't book parties, like we have some women on this team that have really good mindsets where they're just like, this business is easy. Now, for someone that's struggling in their business, I know that it chaps your ass. Like I know how irritating that sounds. But we tell ourselves that this business is easy for a reason. We're telling ourselves we get bookings no problem for a reason. It may or may not be true, but when you are telling it to yourself all of the time, it helps shift your mindset. If you guys do not look fun, nobody's booking a party with you. Like, let's be perfectly clear here. You guys are selling sex toys on the internet. Bitch better be having a good time. Right? If this isn't going to be fun, why would she want to book a party? Right? Why would she want to join your team? So make sure that you're representing yourself in a fun way. Would you want to do business with you? Right? So I would say check that. Yeah, I feel like that's probably my main points. But if you need a mindset shift, you guys, there are podcasts, there are books, there are meditations, there are YouTube meditations. Like positive mindset does not actually come naturally to me. I literally did a class called Train Your Brain 8 years ago, I guess now. I have been doing work on my brain ever since, and I've still got a long way to go. So I feel like knowing that is important too. You have to get your head right. All right, who else has a question? Oh my God, okay, this is actually kind of fun. I'm having fun.
You know what? Thank you for that information. And I just got to say, for my first party ever, I actually did a $339 party because I was utilizing that kind of proposition. And I told her, well, what else did you like? Is there something else that you were interested in? Yeah. Before I ended that conversation. And she ended up purchasing one of the kits that I had posted on there for $250. Oh. And then another lady had bought. So yeah, it was a really good one. It was my first one ever.
That's amazing, Tabitha. Like so good. So good. I should also say, you guys too, that my parties are either like $20 or $2,000, because if it doesn't work, then it does not work. But when it does work, that's when you're getting $200, $300, $400, $500, $600 orders instead of 20, 20, 20, 20, 20, 20, 20, 20, 20. Brittany, did you have a question, babe? Oh my God, I'm so excited to see your face. This girl.
Hi, Lucy Love.
Butt naked in a meadow.
I did. I forgot about that. Thank you. So I had 2 questions. One, for somebody who bought the premium kit, and I know that there are higher end toys in it, what would be your recommendation as far as other high end toys to add? And then my second question is, a couple of months ago, you were talking about in an opportunity meet video thing, how you had put off doing one of your VIP sales because you just weren't ready to deal with it. So besides the coming to Jesus moments, when you're at that moment of procrastination, what helps you kick yourself in your own ass to do what you need to do?
Check in with somebody. Send a message to someone that will hold your ass to the fire. Like, it sucks because you still have to take that step, but send a message to someone in the business and be like, okay, I have to do my sale on Thursday. Do not let me not do this. Or I may or may not have told Chris Ciccanelli that I needed to do my taxes, because I knew that if he knew that I hadn't done them yet, there was no way I couldn't not do them. He shit a brick. Fun story. So do that, right? Find ways to kind of hold yourself accountable. I hate it when I hear myself say, just do it. But that's kind of part of the positive mindset. And sometimes you guys too, sometimes you just have to step back for a minute, like 1 minute, to get your life right. Right? Like with certain things that I do, I just have to stop. So as an example, before I do a flash sale, I have to clean my house and I have to shower, because it is going to be a week before anything else happens, right? Like I need to grocery shop. Like right now I got a ton of projects going on. Mike and I have literally DoorDashed 2 meals a day for probably a week and a half straight. That's awful, because I didn't get my life right before I dove into this project. Now I know that this is kind of an extreme example, but I also feel like too, if you can kind of get your ducks in an order, it's like, oh, I'm actually ready. Like, so then I want to dive into things. So if you have little things that you feel like you need to get in order, then do it. But yeah, I think definitely having somebody that holds you guys accountable. Having an accountability buddy is huge. Like Azure has been my accountability buddy for a really long time. It can be someone on this team, on a different team. I would suggest someone at a similar level as you, so that you guys can have kind of straight conversations. It's your job to support each other. I know, like as an example, Stacy and Hannah, I believe, kind of teamed up for like the $20 Make a Holler. Like, so that's super awesome. I know like Amber and Sabrina have a Thursday afternoon, like lunch date every week. So I feel like check in with women on the team and commit to getting stuff done, because I think it is really hard to keep yourself. I also take a lot of B12 vitamins.
It's great for your cognitive.
Yeah. Yep. So that's part of me getting my life right. I get really demotivated when I take my vitamins in the morning, you guys. I am a completely different person. Fun book. It is called The Miracle Morning. Now I'm going to tell you first, he is one of those crazy ass advocates for getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning, not doing it. Eventually I would like to, but for right now I'm not. But what he talks about is having a really solid morning routine to actually kick off your day. So even if he's talking at 5 a.m., ignore it. If you need to do it, if your day kickoff is at 9 a.m., do it at 9 a.m. But I love what he says. If I have a productive morning, I have a productive entire day.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
The toy you would add to the premium kit.
Okay, I looked it up. Sorry.
I know you get distracted, Lucy.
I know. God, I'm like a freaking squirrel monkey. Okay, so the main, what toys came in there?
I have no idea. It arrives tomorrow.
Okay. Because I'm a little bit nervous that they might be different than what is on this picture. Okay. Absolutely add bump and grind. At any of you, all of you, if you're not going to do the V39, that's totally fine. Add the bump and grind, because now that's an option. It's $139. That to me is the only true G-spot toy that is in our entire line, because it's the only one that's curved towards the front and doesn't give you clitoral stimulation. The OMG is cool and good too, but I feel like for a lot of women, if that clitoris is getting stimulation, your clit's up and done before your G-spot even knew that there was a party, right? Like it did not get the invite. So to me, having something like bump and grind is a really good one. And the reason why I like the bump and grind is it's not a high-end toy, but when I sell a bump and grind with a make waves, it is more expensive than a main attraction. So that's part of it. So I would definitely add bump and grind. I feel like the C rings in there are good. I love the I really do like the Twilight Mood because I feel like it's a fun couples toy and it's unique. To me also, you guys, anything around that $100 price point is an add-on toy, right? Like it's easy enough to be like, okay, cool, you've got your main attraction, you've got your staple. What else were you thinking about? Well, I was kind of thinking about the Twilight Mood too, but like to me, it's kind of it's an on the fence toy, but it is a really fun one. It's also a good option for gals that are really not quite sure exactly what it is that they want. Okay, oh God, this is recorded. Okay, I'm going to drop something in the chat for you guys. So make sure that you guys, have a really good anal toy. And this is not public. So that is not public information, but add that one. Because I know I've been saying for the last couple months, don't add it, don't add it, don't add it. It was on the discontinued list. It is staying. Okay. So add that bad mammer jammer for sure. Yeah, I was super stoked. I would also suggest to everybody, if you guys are looking to build onto your demos, no matter which kit you have, add the CBD massage melt. That is a huge seller for me. Any of the CBD stuff is a huge seller for me. It's $70, you guys. Like, so that's a huge retail booster because again, most women are not buying that instead of, it's again, another in addition to. This is another reason. So fun fact, you guys, women book parties with me because their wish lists are $2,000 long, right? So they're, even if they're not booking the party to get free product, they're booking or attending 3 parties in a row and buying stuff at all of them. So creating that desire for products will also help with your bookings. Okay, so I would add a CBD item. And then I mean, the Rise and Grind is in there, so that decent essential oil. I mean, I feel like the premium kit is pretty damn good. But I feel like the Dream On massage ball.
Mm-hmm. I sell so many of those.
Yeah, that little sucker, it pays my mortgage.
Yep. Is there anything like from the Bath and Body line that you would take out?
Oh God, you guys, I'm the wrong person to ask. My parties are legit like an hour and a half, 2 hours long because I love to talk about all of the things. I really do. So here's what I would say. I would look at what you sell the most, what you sell the least, take out what you're selling the least.
Yep.
Because it's gonna vary. Like ironically, what was it? It was the Body Dew. I didn't sell as much Body Dew as I thought that I sold.
Really?
But, yeah. I mean, I sell it, but it's not, I would have told you that Body Dew was like my number 2 top seller. It was like number 7.
See, I sell a ton of it though, but it's my personal favorite. So I kind of lose my shit over it.
Yeah.
You know,
well, I
also got like a dozen uses. So.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh girl, like I can sell the shit out of it, but it's not, and I would have told you it was my number 2. So I was shocked when it wasn't, because I wasn't in my head like thinking about the Just Like Me or the, you know, some of the other things that you sell a ton of, because those aren't as fun to sell.
Right.
Bosom Buddy was one that I took out of my demo probably about 2 years ago. But then I'm like, yeah, so take out Bosom Buddy. Now I sell it like crazy cakes. So I can't imagine taking it out of my demo now. So I feel like I can't take anything out. If you can't decide, I would highly suggest having a party A. Like if you want to keep your party shorter, have a party A and have a party B.
Oh.
So, and even, I mean, if you get to my level, party C and D, right? Like, so have at least 2 parties. This is another great way of booking, because during your demo, you can say right before your booking game, and by the way, you guys, I have an entirely different super fun party that I can do, so you guys can all attend the next one. So it's another booking incentive. There's obviously some things that I'm showing at every single party, right? Like Coochie is getting shown at every single party. Main attractions getting shown at every single party. But I mean, like for me, I've got box office, I've got hidden agenda, I've got butterfly effect. That's 3 different remote controls. We've got double feature, get in touch, vitamin C. That's 3 different C rings, right? Like we have enough product that eventually you could make 2 or 3 demos if you wanted to, especially if they were a little bit shorter. Yeah. Okay.
Can I add on to that real fast?
Yeah, please.
So with that being said, whenever we get the new product lines that come out, if you're able to get those sets, that is a perfect and the best time to upgrade your demos and to build your extra demos that you could have for all of your parties. The perfect time to do it because you get it on discount on top of your consultant discount.
Yeah.
So what do you do with the things that you take out of your demo then? Because mine are just sitting in a box right now.
I have a tote
for another party.
Yep, I have a tote. So I've got, like, I also like to keep my old demo items because, like, as an example, I just had a gal reach out to me. She bought a toy from me 4.5 years ago and had a troubleshooting question. And I was like, oh God, I have no idea. But I was able to go into the tote, grab it. So all the toys go into a little Ziploc bag with the charging cord and they get labeled and they go in there. The liquid stuff, I do keep the liquid stuff for a while. Like I had 4 flavors of sensations going there for a minute, especially for in-home parties because I did want them to be able to taste different ones. Obviously though, what I would do is make sure that, you know, when it gets old, you're throwing that out. But the toys and stuff, stick them in a tote, keep them. They're a tax write-off. They're worth it. Also too, sometimes toys come back. So we've had a few of them. It might be in a different color or it might be, you know, whatever, but sometimes they come back. So it's nice if you still have it. Yeah, so I just keep them. And I mean, to be honest with you, there are some that after 2, 3, 4, 5 years, like if it's grody, throw it out, right? So I kind of police it a little bit, but for the most part, toys, as long as it's in a bag and not the boxes, do not take up that much space. You could put it in one of those flat ones and just slide it under your bed.
Can I add something in real quick there? Yep. Also, if the demos of stuff that is still current, but you're not showing it anymore, I keep those in a tote because worst case scenario, if I can't talk them into what I'm trying to sell them into in the ordering room, I will show them if it comes down to it. I do have it and I can show you that. Yeah. If it's still item.
Is that like, do you FaceTime them on Messenger or is that what you do?
For virtual parties, I do.
The world is shut down, yes.
Yeah, okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
There is.
Oh, yep, go ahead, Ashley Jo.
There is one more option if you do not want to hold on to them and you don't want to throw them away, but there was something that you wanted to get and you didn't want to fork out the money for it. You can trade old demo items with consultants for demo items. Like you can trade product for demo items, if that makes sense what I'm trying to say right now. Am I not explaining that correctly?
Yes. Oh, you're good.
So go to the trade thread and see if anyone wants to trade you a Kaya for whatever.
Yep. And make sure they understand that it is a demo item. And so it would be like used or whatever. They can't use it to sell, but there's also a Facebook group that you can use that you can go to that is for demo trades, specifically for demo trades.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'll be honest with you guys, after this long in the business, I probably have almost every single toy that we've ever had for the last, okay, sorry about that.
Did we lose?
There you go. I'm back.
What happened?
I don't know what happened.
Oh my God, the suspense was killing me for the last, that was the worst freeze ever.
It looked like you were farting.
I wish. Nope. Nope, just frozen. Yeah, for the last, I don't know, 5 years. But you guys, it doesn't take up that much space. So, so the lubes and stuff, yeah. So Amber said they say 1 year shelf life. I say 2. Between us, if it doesn't smell funny, if it's not discolored, it's fine. Like, I don't know. I get a little bit pissed when I know that they have to have a shelf life on them. But I do get a little bit irritated when people are like, that expired. You have to get a new one. I'm like, bitch, it works fine. Like, don't tell me what to do. So just be cognizant of that one. So yeah.
FDA requires everything has an expiration date.
Yeah. Yep. All right, cool. Anybody else have any questions, you guys, before I let you go?
Can you invite us all to one of your virtual parties?
Yes, as soon as I book one.
Okay, get on that.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna try really hard, you guys, and don't hesitate at the beginning of next month to actually tag me in the shadow trade post, and I'll make sure that I get them in there.
Darlene's right. Do one for the ringleaders group.
Well, that's what I said, and Amber's like, it's not the same.
Oh, okay.
It's not, but if you're not doing parties, damn, I'll take it.
Right, me too.
Yeah, I can do that. Would you guys prefer it via Zoom or just Facebook Live?
Zoom, baby.
Zoom.
This is going to be your highest profiting party ever if you do it like in an actual party setting, because all of us are going to be there.
I know, right?
Lucy.
I've been to a million of Lucy's parties in real life when she was trying to get her hooks in me. So I already kind of know how this goes, but I want to see how Lucy has grown.
I know. I haven't.
I want to see her new stuff.
It's different when you're watching her because like you're watching her to learn her ways instead of watching her because she's being your entertainment for the night.
Okay, no. Check it out. I always remembered my Lucy jokes. I always remembered the features of the toys when she was talking about them, okay? We've got 6 years going on here, and there was probably a dozen parties.
Yeah.
I know. But I need some new material, so invite me.
Yeah, we can do that. We can totally.
I'm already using Amber's muff measles, so, let's get some more.
Oh my God. So bad.
So bad, but you know what? The ladies love it. They love it. They eat it up. It is amazing.
Oh, yeah.
You should have been there when I asked Lucy for permission to use the word muff measles. Like, I was like, can I say that? And she's like, why the fuck would you ever say that? Sorry.
As a side note, you guys too, if you haven't watched my party that's in the ringleaders group, that one's pretty good.
Yes.
Like that one was pretty funny. So if you need something to like tide you guys over, I mean, the other thing that we could do if you guys wanted to, if that might be kind of crazy, is that like literally you just name out items and I'll demo them on the fly for you. So we
Dude.
Yes, please.
I mean, there will be some of them where I'll be like, I don't know, but
I'll have that. Can we do that? Can that happen? Please?
Yeah, somebody remind me.
Oh, I will.
Okay.
Magic touch.
Yeah.
Right now.
Oh.
Boom. On the spot. Magic
I don't want
touch.
to do magic touch. That toy's fucking terrible.
I know. That's why, I was so excited to buy it because it was touch censored. Like the Get in Touch. I love that one. Love that one. But the magic touch, what am I supposed to say about it?
I don't. I'm going to tell you guys right now, there's a reason. Yeah, I don't. There's a reason why Main Attraction has been in my demo for 4 years, no matter what, without fail, is because I genuinely believe that not any of the other dual action toys even come close to touching it, so I don't even bother.
I keep mine in there too. I show that one always.
Yep.
Always.
Yep.
But the touch sensor technology, you got to admit, that part alone is very exciting that we've come into the 21st century.
Yeah.
But I just don't know what to say about it that I haven't already said with the SPI ring.
Well, I mean, okay, let's magic touch. Oh, so I mean, I feel like number one, this would be another thing that I'll say to you guys. Some of my demos are 30 seconds long because I'm like, okay, by the way, Main Attraction, blah, blah, blah. And in case you wanted it like skinnier little sister, bitch, we do have the magic touch. You'll notice that this guy is ribbed. The really cool part about that is that as you're pulling it back and forth against the front wall, it's literally going all the way down your G-spot. So you are getting stimulation, 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 stimulation. With the Main Attraction, I laughed and said you could yell out with the ridges. Oh my God. Holy cow. Thank you, Lucy, because there's the 3 ridges, whereas with this one, you're going to sound like an auctioneer. You're just going to be going as it goes all the way down your entire body. It does have the touch censored, which is amazing. It does have the little whoop, whoop, whoop control. So if the Main Attraction is not your jam and you need a ballin' on a budget option, Magic Touch might just be for you. I probably wouldn't make it that funny though, because I don't want them to buy it instead of the main attraction. Just saying. So I tend to keep a lot of toys in my bag. Don't talk about them at all. In the ordering room, somebody comes in, they say, I want main attraction, I can't afford it. I'm like, okay, cool, I got you. And then I pull that one out and I can show it to them then. But, Yep, that's a good question. Okay, guys, any other questions? I feel like I thought of something else, but I can't remember what it was. Nope. I think that's it. It's gone. All right. Cool. Well, thanks you guys for having me as your guest speaker.
Thank you.
I super appreciate all of you. It was nice to, yeah, it was kind of nice to put I feel like sometimes I spend so much time training for corporate that I realize that you may or may not be getting it. So it's kind of fun to share with you guys because I feel like you guys hear from me all the time. So I appreciate you guys being super present for me sharing.
I talk to you on the daily and this shit was epic and I'm kind of sad you're leaving, which is so weird. So thanks.
You're welcome.
Thanks, buddy.
You guys are welcome. And you guys know too, if you ever have any other questions or if you want me to come back and be a guest speaker on another empowerment call, just ask me because I could probably do something like that. So
is there any
once a month
when you do decide to do this like party for us like as a group that maybe possibly it would start for me at 9:45 p.m.
Yes, I can try to do
it. One of my East Coast girls.
Know.
Sorry,
I know. The East Coast, West Coast thing, you guys, is so hard because at 5 o'clock here, nobody's at home yet. And that's 8 o'clock for you guys.
10:45 right now p.m. here, so.
Yeah. I can try. Yeah, absolutely. I can try. Or I can do a nooner. All right, guys. Love your faces. I will chat with all of you soon, and I appreciate all of you joining me.
Thank you. Hannah, your hair looks amazing.
Love.
Thank
all right,
you.
bye, everyone.
Bye.
Okay.